Have you ever seen this series on the History Channel called The Selection? It's a fantastic show where they take civilians and they put them through elite training, like for the military, for Marines or for the Army, whatever. I saw the season for the Marines when they're going through SEAL training, and it was crazy because they'll do insane things like putting them in a small box, locking them in there for hours and playing all kinds of noises and things to scare them. They'll tie them up completely so they can't tread water, and they'll make them bounce off the bottom of a pool for a few minutes, just trying to stay, alive. And that takes a lot of surrender if you think about it. They have to completely surrender themselves to the plan and believe that the instructors are not going to let them die in that box or die in the pool. There's a really interesting part. I find it fascinating from a psychological perspective. The instructors will randomly come kidnap each of the participants at some point, throw a bag over their head, and take them off to an interrogation room. And when they pull the bag off their head, the instructor's standing there looking at them saying, "Why are you here?" And there's a lot of dramatic silence. And why are you here? They dig in. And the answers that these participants usually give at first are very surface level. I want to push myself, or I want to make my parents proud. But the instructors don't buy it. They push even further. They push them to the limits of surrender. And they end up realizing that they need to bring these doubts that they have in themselves out, and they start to get emotional and they cry. And they have past abuse that starts to surface, emotional, physical abuse. And ultimately, almost every single participant ends up saying something like, the reason they're there is because they want to fulfill who they were meant to be. My friends, that's exactly what happens when we surrender to God's will. When God asks us to be obedient to his will, he's inviting us into a stronger relationship with a Father who loves us and seeks to draw us into the fullness of who we were meant to be.